Now, what is next for Jim Harbaugh now that he's in place? The former Wolverines head coach taking over there for the Chargers, Adam.
Well, Laura, you heard him reference coaching staff. He referenced it multiple times during his introductory press conference today in Los Angeles. And the full expectation is that he'll bring along Jesse Minter, the former Michigan defensive coordinator, as his defensive coordinator, his son Jay Harbaugh, to run the special teams. We'll see what he does on the offensive side of the football, though Greg Roman, the former Ravens offensive coordinator, is expected to be in play there. There's any number of assistants, but clearly he is prioritizing putting together a fine staff to go along with him as the head coach, to bring along a talent as big as that of Justin Herbert at the quarterback position. Staffing is up next for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who he adds there, but an idea from Adam. Thanks for that. Marcus, the other side of this, that's the coaching staff, but the other side of this is the personnel. If you're looking at this Chargers team, what do you think needs to change from the personnel standpoint?
Got to fix the heart of their defense. They've been trying to find a defensive tackle to be dominant for a number of years. It's a lot of guys that'll be available. We talked about Justin Matabike, Chris Jones obviously coming up. There's a number of guys that can be difference makers in the interior of this line of scrimmage. You see it here. Kristen Wilkins, to me, would be a great fit because you want to fix your run. DJ Reader, one of the better run defenders and can push a pocket from the center. I think this needs to be a focus for them. That way you get Bosa back healthy. Khalil Mack is coming off of a 17-sack season. And in this conference, you think about the quarterbacks, and obviously you have to play 15. Your best bet is to create pressure with 4 and leave as many in coverage as you possibly can. I think one of those guys can help them tremendously.
I think offensively, Harbaugh, at least like the DNA of Coach Harbaugh, is perfect right now for the NFL. One, they will be way more tight end oriented than they have been in the past. They're going to need to add those tight ends, but you're going to see 40 to 50% of their snaps under Coach Harbaugh are going to be with multiple tight ends on the field. I think number 2, you're going to see Justin Herbert way under center more. 60% of the time you'll see, because the one thing that Coach Harbaugh's offenses have always been is they play big, they play physical, and then they get explosive plays. I think during his time in San Francisco, they were top 5 explosive plays in the NFL. Obviously, you have to have the quarterback to do that. Certainly, Justin Herbert checks that box. So the tight ends, under center, explosive plays, it's everything that we talk about on the show with offensive football.
Yeah, one really quick thing. At 5th overall, a lot of mock drafts have him taking the former Georgia tight end Brock Bowers. Be interesting to add him to that offense.
Plenty good.
That would be beautiful, but also what are we going to do with some of our older players that are so essential to this team who have very high cap numbers? Do you want to keep Keenan Allen? Do you feel like Quentin Johnson from TCU can move into that place and take over for him? I don't believe he can. And so I think the Keenan Allen conversation is essential to Justin Herbert's ascension. If you think about the way Coach Harbaugh likes to play, some of that 12 personnel, and you have that 12 personnel with a guy like Keenan Allen in a condensed split, now you can make plays. There's going to be some huge decisions you have to make to rebuild this roster. And as Dan spoke about not maybe having an opportunity to truly assess Bryce Young in 2024, it could be the same thing for this Los Angeles Charger team. It may not be one of those quick turnarounds that we've seen from Jim Harbaugh, at least not in the first year.
That graphic's crazy because 4 out of the top 5 are Chargers, and they're all older guys, you know. So like, as much as Keenan can play, they got to reassess how much money with the health, Mike Williams, his health, Bosa's health. I think that all 4 of those guys, you could sit here and understand the business of it, saying we're going to try to find a different way